In this video, we're going to talk about the impact of social media in our lives. And I know both of you were born before Google and before Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and so forth. But over the years, what do you think has been the effect of social media on your lives, but on people in general, both in a positive or negative way? Aubrey?
Yeah, I mean, social media, it has the potential for good, but I feel like it tends to devolve into a dumpster fire. I mean, the algorithms tend to feed you exactly what you want to see and nothing else. So, you can go down like a political rabbit hole, really. So, you only see what you think is important and you just get your views echoed back to you. Plus, there's all that unrealistic stuff that you're seeing, like people present on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. They're happy go lucky, especially on Instagram. It's like, here's my beautiful life and my beautiful kids and my beautiful brunch that I made that's been perfectly staged. And this is how my life is all the time. And then, it just gives you an unrealistic view of other people.
Yeah, I think that's very true. Emily, any thoughts on that? Similar thoughts, ideas?
Well, I completely agree. I don't know if I can give a plug here, but there's a documentary on Netflix called The Social Dilemma that talks about the dangers of social media and how they really do tailor everything you're looking at to being your perspective, and it drives people away from each other. Um, Specifically, it was talking about like political views, which we're not going to get into here, but if you just see everything reaffirming your own beliefs, you're not exposed or listening to the other side. It can really be dividing. Yeah.
Well, it's also interesting too, because, the internet tracks what you do. So it feeds back into what you've been doing on the internet in general too. Like I was job searching and I kept getting ads for the jobs I was applying for. Or like I was looking for a dog and the dog breeder that I was looking at popped up on TikTok, which is kind of creepy. Social media is a little creepy sometimes. And sometimes the ads are a little too effective. I've bought a bunch of things from social media ads.
But Emily, Aubrey, you just mentioned about ads getting pushed out to you. And Emily,
Mhm.
you and I were talking about a similar topic. I think it came up in that documentary you mentioned. Could you talk briefly about that?
Yeah, so on social media, it will notice, oh, you liked something about X topic. So here are 5 more articles that reinforce your belief about X topic. And then you finish those 5 more articles, and it's learning more and more about you so it can just keep reaffirming your beliefs.
And I think that's a really good point. And I think, Aubrey, you were talking about the same thing of this idea of confirmation bias.
Mhm.
In other words, when we start seeing information, we have a tendency to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs. And you just mentioned here, maybe these social media platforms do it for you, just kind of
Yeah.
feed you that information. And I found, I heard a quote recently, it was talking about, a lie can travel around the world even before truth can get their pants on. It's kind
Yeah.
of like just it travels so much. The spread of misinformation can be a real challenge to understanding things. But what about something positive of social media that you perhaps have experienced? Emily?
I really like being able to keep in touch with people that live far away. For example, I have friends that live in other states and it's not feasible to go see them, but I can still have contact with them through social media.
Okay. There are things on social media that really can help us stay in tune with and connected with family and friends, but also just being aware of the possibility of misinformation. So thank you for sharing your thoughts today.